The Halo franchise has been locked in our basement for about 20 years now. We haven't gotten much money from it recently, so we're gonna drag it out into the light again. Today, 3 contestants are going to give me a spin-off for this franchise that we so desperately need to milk. This is Armchair Devs, Halo. Hello everyone, welcome to Armchair Devs Halo spinoff. I am your host, some guy from Microsoft. We have 3 contestants here today to pitch their Halo spinoffs. Let's get to meet them now. We have Bob from GigaBoots.com.
I need a weapon.
Mr. Feel from Mr. Feel's Wild Ride.
Come get some.
And KZ from KZExcellent.com.
Halo.
That last one hit me hard. It hit me right here. I remember when Master Chief said that in one of the books, I think.
Halo man. Halo. Halo.
So, now that we've met our contestants, let's go ahead and give them a little bit of time to give me their elevator pitches. Each contestant will get 30 seconds, uninterrupted. And we're going to start with Mr. Feel. Mr. Feel, you have 30 seconds to tell me what your Halo pitch is. I'm very excited. Start when you're ready.
Halo is a popular series, but as Microsoft's only successful IP, it has a duty to pull in people who don't like shooters. To that end, we are developing Halo Going Grunt, an action puzzler RPG in a similar vein to games like Overlord and Evil Genius. Control Zedab, the smartest grunt to ever live, as he strives to take over the remnants of the Covenant and form his own empire. His entire race may die in this quest, but that's a sacrifice he's willing to make.
And time. Thank you, Mr. Field. That was crystal clear. I can already see so much about what your game holds for us here at Microsoft. Just gonna jot this down. Give me one moment. And there we go. Okay, so we're gonna move on to KZ Excellent. KZ, whenever you're ready, start talking.
The Halo series is long, across multiple developers and numerous games, books, and movie-shaped things. The expansive lore can seem daunting. That's why my pitch throws everything out for a completely different approach. I propose a reimagining of the Halo universe featuring high-speed third-person action, an explosive campaign, plenty of co-op and competitive multiplayer modes, and a new starting point for the next generation of Halo fans. This is Neo Halo, Evolved Combat.
Oh, and time. Interesting, okay. Not Combat Evolved. Evolved Combat. I see. Those are the same words, but you've moved them.
Yes, and also the Neo in front of Halo, because it's to differentiate it. Because if I called it Halo Evolved Combat, this shit would be impossible.
How do you spell Neo? Can you, just N-E-O?
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure. Okay.
The O kind of like design-wise looks like a ring.
Ah, that's clever, I think.
Passionate graphic design.
Okay. And for our third and last game pitch, we go to Bob. Bob, you have 30 seconds. Go ahead.
After the Didac is reduced to computer data by the composer, a secret force within the UNSC track him to a ship that seems to be a combination of mysterious tech and scrap parts in Covenant territory. Halo Zeros is a third-person stealth action game following 2 Spartan siblings with prototype armor and an advanced combat AI is they chase the Didac and confront a new threat. Also, there are various multiplayer modes.
Okay. That's telling. Would you say the Didact has become a digital cyber demon?
In a sense, yes.
Okay, let me just write that down.
I understand everything he said.
I have him labeled as Metal Didac.
Is that like Metal Cooler?
Yes.
Ooh.
Thanks to the power of the Big Getty star, I was reborn.
Shit. I'm gonna have to calm down. I'm starting to get heart palpitations. This is too good of content, and I'm worried we might make too much money. Whew.
Oh yes, so many subscriptions to Game Pass.
So many single dollars.
You know, that's the important thing. The important thing is that you get them hooked into the program, and you get as many people from as many different genres as possible. And luckily, we've got a good bit of variety here. There's so much I want to know about all three of these pitches. It's really hard to choose one to start with. I'm going to go ahead and ask KZ a question. KZ.
Yes.
Who is the main character and what is their journey in Neo Evolved Combat?
Okay. So in Neo Halo Evolved Combat, you play as a Spartan super soldier who calls himself the Master Chief. Not Master Chief, the Master Chief. In this game, he's going on this journey, fighting in the Great War against the Covenant Empire for control over the galaxy.
Okay. This seems like a plot our fan base can follow. We've heard complaints about certain narrative decisions we've made recently, and I feel like this brings it a little bit back closer to the basics, you know?
Yes, it can be a perfect starting point for a familiar story that is very much different. It's an opportunity to get a different audience and not scare them away because you have to read 3 books to understand the motivations of the characters.
That's understandable. I don't even want to read one book.
Not even in like a brochure?
Unless it's quarterly earnings or quarterly earnings related. I don't want to read even one book.
Sounds good.
Mr. Feel.
Yes.
Now, Zadab sounds like a really cool character, being the smartest grunt. Are you going to meet other characters that are as unique as Zadab?
You will meet other characters from other Covenant races. He will have one primary antagonist in each other Covenant race, and there might even be a Spartan involved.
No guarantees.
That's exciting. The thought of maybe having a Spartan shows up keeps people on edge. So if you don't do it, that's understandable. They didn't think it was going to happen, but they know deep in their hearts that they would really like it if a Spartan showed up. And if you did that, that would be great.
Whenever Master Chief isn't visible, everyone's always asking, where's Master Chief?
Bob.
Yeah.
I want to ask you about Halo Zeros.
Okay.
How do you feel about a tie-in deal with the Candy Bar Zero?
We can make it happen.
Okay.
It's always easy to do those.
Candy Bar tie-in, totally possible.
Just Master Chief on the candy bar.
Yeah.
We'll get a picture of Master Chief in game holding a big candy bar.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
How good is that going to look in your engine?
Like an assault rifle?
Yes, it's the size of an assault rifle.
Oh my God. Wait. What if that makes people think Master Chief is tiny?
Well, he's not actually in this game, so it doesn't matter.
Oh.
That's just the concept image that they'll put out.
I mean, he is Halo Man.
Yeah, we can't.
We're not saying he's in this game. We're just saying he really loves Zero Bar. Also, Halo Zeros is out. This makes sense. Because if we put Metal Didact on a Zero Bar, everyone would be like, what the hell is on this candy bar?
It might be confusing.
Might be
a
chewy.
little bit. Okay, there we go. KZ.
Yes.
Neo Halo Evolved Combat has been described as some sort of action game. What would be the closest thing you would use to describe it to as a parallel? Like, what is a game in the sort of genre you're going for? I need to know so that way I can estimate how much your game is making based off of how much their game made and how much money we're going to give you to make your game.
Oh no, this is going to be tragic. I picked Vanquish.
Oh, that's no other successful third-person shooters you want to throw it here to Damage Control?
How did Dead to Rights do? I'm just picking random third-person shooters now at random. I don't know.
Dead to Rights. Got it. That's good enough. Thank you. Thank you very much.
One step bigger than Vanquish.
Yes.
Is it?
What? Vanquish seemed to make sense. The perfect mold of how do we make gameplay for a real super soldier in third person? That sounds sick. Let's do that.
Vanquish is really cool. And that guy basically looks like Master Chief. We should probably sue.
Doom guy also looks a lot like him.
And use that money that you gain from it to make this.
Wait a second. What was that, Bob?
Doom guy also looks a lot like him. Let's go ahead and sue them too.
Let me Google this Doom guy. Oh yeah, that's straight up fucking Master Chief. We are absolutely suing IDE. IDE Software. Yeah, we're suing these motherfuckers, but that's not really relevant to this conversation
I
right
think
now.
they're owned by Benadryl Softworks.
Okay.
Fucking pharmaceutical company?
I think we can take down a drug company. Okay, let's see. Mr. Feel,
Yes.
the full title of your game is Going Grunt, or is it Halo: Going Grunt?
Halo: Going Grunt. If you don't have Halo in the name, people won't know it's related to Halo, and they won't buy it.
Yeah, exactly. Our marketing department would have made you change it if it wasn't that. Okay, thank you for that clarification. When it comes to your gameplay, you said it was Overlord style. What do you think you can do to that sort of gameplay to make it even more appealing to the mainstream? Are you going to make it easier? Is there going to be a gimmick, a mechanic? Sell me.
Well, it will be very simplified. And also, in case it's too hard, there will be tons of horrible microtransactions in order to make it easier. Normally, you can have grunts, and once you've conquered other races, you can have their units airdropped in for Zadab to control in the field. Or you can just pay us $5 and get super grunts airdropped in that are completely invincible.
Ooh, that actually would make things easier.
But if you don't give them a cash injection every 30 minutes of game time, they all die.
Oh, that's bad. I should probably pay them. I like this. It's kind of like a Tamagotchi that needs you to keep feeding it quarters, otherwise it dies in your hands. I like this a lot. Bob,
Yeah.
you said Halo Zeros is a third-person action game.
Stealth action.
Stealth action game. Sorry, that's a very important. Will make less money. There we go. Okay. A third-person stealth action game. Let me ask you one really important question.
Okay.
What makes you think a Halo player wants to be stealthy?
Well, that's okay, Dan. You can play it like a typical Halo game. It just is very hard if you do that.
Okay, but there's still difficulty settings?
Yes, there are still difficulty settings. If you play it like a run gun, you will have a much harder time, but it is possible. Much like Metal Gear Solid 4 is possible.
Okay, here's an idea. Okay, just spitballing this. In order to make it go down smoother, that this game is harder if you play it like a Halo person, why don't we just come up with a new category of hard above legendary, right?
Okay.
And then we just make the normal easier. Okay?
I mean, we can always have an easier difficulty. That's always no problem.
Oh, no. We need to come up with the harder ones so that way they don't feel any smaller, right?
Okay, we can work with that.
Exactly.
The
important thing is making the player still feel like they're really cool Spartan and not just getting their ass kicked in this game because they're playing it wrong.
Right, and this game will also have features like beating it with killing people without gets you different endings. So you have your motivations on that side too.
Multiple endings, huh?
Yes.
I see. Okay, so we're off to a good start on everyone's pitches, I feel, but to really imagine what is in your brains right now, I've asked you each to draw something.
Uh-oh.
I asked you to draw an alien from your game, and I would love to see them. We're going to go ahead and start with Bob. Bob, please show me an alien from your game, Halo Zeros.
All right, here we go.
And the intention is that it's supposed to be new to the franchise.
What?
This is the alien
Wait a
from
minute.
Redshift Cosmo Redshift 7. He goes by the name Victor Red and is a sort of space emperor style character.
He seems upset at his hair.
He might be. He's just upset in general right now. but he is in our galaxy on his ship made of precursor technologies that he doesn't fully understand. And he's looking for something called the mantle. The precursor left it. He believes it's a physical treasure. It's probably more of a metaphorical thing, but he's working towards his goals anyway, and he's kind of charismatic, so he's built up an army of various races, both ones we know from Halo and ones we haven't seen before, and they're going around on his strange ship.
If you don't mind me saying, this alien looks rather humanoid. This is a very Star Trek move you've made.
Yes, that's intentional. He is from... that's why he believes that he is destined to the mantle. He thinks that he's the actual descendant of the precursor and not humanity.
Oh, okay.
Seems very mature.
Also, he has these power gems on his neck
Yeah.
and in his sword.
I thought they were Christmas lights, but I
That's
see
fair.
now that they're power gems. You have corrected my perspective. Thank you.
But yeah, you'll be facing off against him, and he will be introduced by completely owning the Didac.
I feel like
Give you a good power scale to how he is.
the financials department is going to be facing off against him, and so will marketing. We're gonna head over to Mr. Feel. Mr. Feel, show me what an alien in your game might look like. One of the unique designs.
This is Zadab. He is a Ungoi prophet. That's his unit type, so he counts as a new kind of alien. As you can see, he dresses in his ceremonial robe, and to make himself seem very imposing, he is always standing on the head of another grunt and uses little sticks with hands on them to make himself look real big and imposing.
It's working right now. I feel like I would be intimidated if I saw the thing on the left come at me. But now that I see the inner workings on the right, that is far less scary. So Zadab's very smart.
He's
When
still
you're
only
controlling
3
him
feet.
in the field, he will always almost fall when you start to run. Like he'll be leaning back, like, "Oh shit, here I go."
Oh, that's
And
incredible.
he struggles to maintain balance.
Oh man, that's got a lot of meme material. I feel people will make videos of them running in this game and post it to Twitter and stuff using our new patent pending share button technology. I'm very excited. This is all looking good. Mackenzie,
Yes.
I'm gonna need to see a unique alien design for Neo Halo Evolved Combat.
All right. Well, if the combat is going to be evolved, I thought I would pick an alien species that you will directly fight. So,
That's so fantastic. Tell me about this, please.
okay. So this the race is called the Sheisha.
Mm-hmm.
More specifically, they're a part of the Covenant Empire, specifically the Rawhide Squad, and they're a highly mobile, mini boss-esque enemy that you'll be encountering in the game, where it's incredibly fast and has 3 different weapon types, basically, or 3 different ways that it can come at you to deal damage. So of course it has for close range it's arm blade, long range gun, and of course for the tail you have like that mid range like sweep, and all of them have your proper tells, so you'll be able to get a decent idea on how to actually deal with it.
I see. This design seems reminiscent of some others I've seen recently, but it still seems really cool. I like the strong visual choice of blue upper body, red lower body.
Mm-hmm. Basically, I may or may not have looked at a picture of Seviper from Gen 3 of Pokemon and went, well, let's start there and see what I can do.
Hey, whoa, I didn't hear anything you just said, and you didn't fucking say it. So how about we keep that off the books, okay?
This is all in confidence. This is a private meeting that no one's hearing. There's nothing going on. No one's filming anything. Nothing at all is happening.
Yeah, I'm just saying if at some point it is asked if you brought this to my attention, you fucking didn't. So there we go.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to worry about it because I'm not paid enough to worry about it. Instead, I'm going to let you guys ask each other some questions. about their pitches. We're going to go ahead and let Bob ask the other contestants some questions. So, Bob, go right ahead.
KZ,
Sure.
what kind of multiplayer modes are you intending to put in this game?
Multiplayer is going to be split up into a couple different types. You've got your PvE, which is your co-op, because of course the campaign has like split screen, like 2-player. That's of course going to be in there, but I wanted to make some sort of PvE content where you can group up with multiple people. We're aiming for about at least 4 or 5, and it's going to be these longer, maybe like 45-minute long missions that are highly repeatable that you can go through. In addition, we of course have PvP modes that can be a more arcadey solo deathmatch where there's like 8 to 10 people in a game and you just gotta take them out. Or there's also team modes, and all of these, of course, feed in toward leveling up and unlocking armor pieces and cosmetics. All of it doesn't affect the game, but, you know, it's a fashion type of thing. Want to have a little bit of everything. Just to, you know, mix things up so that once you clear the campaign, there's at least something to do. Something that's going to keep you coming back.
It does sound like it hits those Destiny buttons. I don't know if that was intentional.
Now, you know, I feel like it could potentially hit those buttons, but our plan is to nail it right the first time and never change it so that people won't be upset.
Sounds like you aren't willing to adapt to the user feedback. I don't know.
Well, we here at Microsoft are big fans of fucking it up the first time and rehauling the whole thing, allegedly. So
our goal is to not have to do that.
We would save a lot of money, but we'll worry about that and the marketing plan about how we're serving players down the roads when we inevitably fuck it up. Bob, move on to the next question. Thank you.
Mr. Feel.
Yes.
Am I wrong to think that your game is actually for mobile phones only?
No, it is a full console game. Overlord is an action game, Bob. This is action-based gameplay, also with a base building mode.
Okay. Are there any cooldowns that you have to worry about and maybe you can pay away?
No. Instead, you can just buy in-game currency in the base building mode.
Oh, great.
Really quick follow-up question. How many cosmetics are you putting into the base building mode? Does it have like fun ways to make it your own?
We are launching with 28 different themes for the base and 47 different skins for Zadab, including one that's licensed.
I feel like you've made the right choice here. Before we ask any more questions, we're going to have to move on. KZ, excellent. You can now have the opportunity to ask your competitors one question each. Go right ahead.
Mr. Feel,
Yes.
tell me about this licensed one.
Well, Zadab is voiced by Richard Stephen Horvitz, so of course, the licensed costume is just Invader Zim.
Oh, no.
We're going to make
Why did
so
I
much
ask?
money.
Why did I ask?
We're going to make so much money.
I was hoping this suit would look like a Pepsi vending machine.
Pepsi vending machine. Oh, thank you for that info. Feel.
Now, Bob,
What's up?
you said about your game that you can play it stealthy or you could go for more of a traditional Halo style with it. Are there any potential alternate things that happen? Are there benefits in the game? Anything that would make you want to play it non-traditionally? Like, that would make you want to play it stealthy or would make you want to play it in an action way besides the difficulty?
As I said before, the playing it stealthy gives you an opportunity to do a non-lethal run, and this will alter endings and have different story progress differences. So you'll probably want to do both at some point.
Okay. Mr. Feel, it is now your turn to grill your competitors. Go right ahead.
KZ,
Hello.
what is the status of Cortana in your game? Is it a reboot? Is it a soft reboot? Do we know? You're reimagining?
This is a reimagining where we're taking some of the concepts from Halo, creating a completely new continuity
Ah, I see. Not saying reboot because it upsets people. So Cortana.
Yeah, you see, if we did reboot, it would be colliding with the current 343 era that we respect wholeheartedly. That's why this is a Neo Halo, a thing that could potentially run concurrently.
Are you saying
But yes,
this might be a third pillar?
yes, what I'm saying is this could be a third pillar that might potentially be more powerful than the other pillars. But the three pillars, of course, being mainline Halo, Halo Wars, and Neo Halo.
Oh, I was actually counting every spin-off and transmedia as the second pillar.
The fourth pillar, side series that are done in live action. But yes, Cortana will be in the game as an AI companion. However, her assets won't get larger as the game goes on. I'm sorry.
Losing points here, KZ.
Yeah, I know it's tough with some executives that get horny, but we had to make some tough decisions.
Now, Phil, I have a quick question, follow-up question, highly related. If Cortana was in your game, would she have a giant ass?
Cortana would not be in my game, and instead, a parody of Cortana owned by Zadab would be in the game, who would have a giant ass.
Would she just be human?
She would be human looking, and if the real Cortana saw it, she would be very upset.
Okay, good to know.
Just gonna be Gur with a big ass.
No, actually, I can tell you who voice acted her.
Go ahead.
Ellen McLean.
That's GLaDOS. Oh my god, of course it is.
Oh, I want you gone.
Phil, move on to ask Bob a question.
Bob, you get to have a boss fight with the anime Star Trek Emperor, with the Star Ocean 6 character.
Of course you do.
Tell me about this boss fight.
You have two, like all boss fights in this game, you'll have two ways to kill them. You'll be either killing them or incapacitating them. So if you want to incapacitate him, you have to take out all his power gems. Otherwise, it's kind of like a mounting on the damage and hiding from his big attacks. But as long as you go for his power gems and try and knock him to space after blowing him up, you'll be good.
I see.
Sounds very much like a boss fight in a Western game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Japanese games never have weak points to hit.
Gentlemen, maybe, just maybe, I'll let you believe that I haven't been comprehensive enough in the questions I've been asking about your games. So I'll allow you this moment to bring up one thing that you haven't had the opportunity to bring up. What is one thing you've been dying to tell me about your game, but haven't had the opportunity, Mr. Feel?
Well, Microsoft doesn't have any money to hire an outside studio to make this, so obviously one of our many partner studios that we own have to make it. So Halo Going Grunt will be made by Double Fine because both modes of gameplay, the more action-oriented thing, very similar to Psychonauts, a game everybody loved for its mechanics, and its more base-building tactical gameplay mode, very similar to Brutal Legend, and they've already worked with Richard Stephen Horvitz before, so there you go.
While in theory this all sounds perfectly great, from a financial fiscal perspective, you've kind of put cement boots on a little bit here. Well, we'll see.
Double Fine is widely respected in the industry.
Now, I get that. We passed on publishing their first game for a reason. We're going to move on to KZ. KZ, excellent. What is one thing about your game that you haven't yet had the opportunity to tell us about?
I guess I could talk about the music. Oh. Now, we wanted to develop a different signature sound for this game. So we decided to pick up Hiroyuki Sawano to be our composer. You may have heard their work from anime such as Kill la Kill or Promare, maybe Attack on Titan, but also video games like Xenoblade Chronicles X. where they can actually provide music that would fit a futuristic type of setting. They've also done a lot of Gundam, so it would make sense to, in a future with robots and aliens and stuff. It seemed like it would be a perfect fit for Neo Halo Evolved Combat.
Well, thank you very much. That's pretty interesting. Now we move to Bob. Bob, what is one thing about Halo Zeros that you've been dying to tell me? You now get to.
I want to tell you about the prototype Spartan armors and the toy-making potential they have. We have two different ones, one for each of the two siblings. The Gungnir armor has pneumatic spikes on each hand and leg, and a detachable spear. In the Gram armor, which has Spartan laser technology built into it.
Jesus Christ. That seems... These prototypes are really advanced.
Yes. They were built to just defeat the Didac.
Well, then that makes sense. You need to make sure you have the best equipment possible to defeat the Didac. He's so powerful.
And they look very cool. They're like Locke's armor, because that was cool, but they have all these cool features, unlike Locke's armor, which did nothing.
That's correct, yeah. It's good to have some features that are obvious and insanely powerful right up front. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, well, I feel like I've learned everything I can about individual pitches here, or at least that I care to. But we're going to go to each of our contestants and get from them a statement as to why we should go with their game over the other two. This is going to be your final statements on your games, so please make the most of it. We're going to start with KZ. KZ, you have 30 seconds.
Neo Halo Evolved Combat is an explosive new take on the Halo series. I've told you about all kinds of things in this game, but did I tell you that a mysterious giant Halo ring superweapon appears in the galaxy where both sides have to fight to try and turn the tides and use it? But did you know it was possessed by a rampant artificial intelligence named Mortem that's going to destroy the entire galaxy? It's an important story of love, connections, and adventure. Pick my game.
Very compelling. Thank you, KZ. Mr. Field, we're going to go to you for yours next. You have 30 seconds.
Halo Growing Grunt is a new experience that will bring in new players. Also, its development costs will be very low because Double Fine are basically slaves. Also, it isn't an action game, so it can look kind of shitty, and that's part of the charm.
Yes.
This will by far be the least expensive game to develop, and will make the most money because Invader Zim fans are all insane.
That was record time right there. Okay, we're gonna go to Bob. Bob, why are we choosing your game over theirs?
Halo Zeros will take Halo in a bold new direction, introducing new types of aliens that we've never seen before, and adding multiplayer modes that are very cool. Like a asymmetric multiplayer mode where you get to play as the new type of armors versus the old type of armors in a more traditional Halo sense.
Oh.
And tons of extra story missions. Lots of neat stuff, you know?
Oh, that's...
Also, Dream Theater is going to do the main theme, and every time the villain shows up, it'll blare Dream Theater, and it'll be very raw.
Oh, no. That is very raw. I've a lot to think about. If you'll excuse me, I'm going to go deliberate, and then I'll come back after deliberating. One moment. Gentlemen, I've finished my deliberations, and I'd love to review my notes with you. Just give you some feedback on your pitches. Mr. Feel.
Mm-hmm.
There is a lot of viral appeal to Halo Going Grunt. Zim, the voice actor who is made famous for Zim, playing the main character as he delightfully bobs around, is hilarious, and just a video of him moving will be enough to bring up exposure of our game on Twitter, I'm sure. I like some of the microtransactions that are put in for the super grunts to make the game easier because, sometimes you just want a game to be a little bit easier for customers and you want to make a little bit of money while doing it. And, the thought of Zadab having to go up against some sort of Spartan potentially is very interesting, and I think people will be excited about that. I'm just kind of worried that Double Fine may not be the best company to reliably deliver a game on time, under budget, and polished, but there are considerations to be made. KZ.
Hello, it is me.
There are many cool things in your pitch. There are interesting elements of Neo Halo evolved combat that I really like the cosmetics and other things in this Destiny-like grind where it's PvE and split screen and all this stuff. The fact you compared it to Vanquish and Dead to Rights has me a little concerned, but so far, aside from that, it seems pretty viable. Yeah. But I'm worried about confusing the image by having a reimagining of Halo while we're also having some sort of bizarre half reimagining of Halo going on at 343. So these are things I have to consider taking your pitch into account.
Just to make sure here, the campaign is not like a PvE thing. It's like a normal traditional Halo style thing. Okay, just making sure we had the distinction there.
Yes. Good. You can play Destiny single player.
Not in that way. It has its own separate thing going on.
Bob.
Yeah.
Halo Zeros.
Uh-huh.
I like what you're doing with lore. I think it's incredibly interesting, and I see how this sort of mirrors an almost Metal Gear-like vibe, where we go with stealth action game, and the plot goes way up its own ass.
As it was already doing the novels.
Yes, and we're just fully delivering on that in a game environment, and I think that's interesting. The multiple endings is interesting, but a little expensive, and I think the prototype Spartan armors are very, very cool. However, I noticed this doesn't seem to be something that completely appeals to the Halo fan base, but also doesn't squarely get a new one. I feel like stealth action hasn't really proved popular with Western audiences a ton outside of specific IPs, and I worry about the viability of this.
Deus Ex and Hitman do great, I'm sure. I've looked at the numbers.
Splinter Cell's doing great.
IO Interactive is independent for a reason. Having taken all of this into account, I am ready to announce the winner of this episode of Armchair Devs. The new Halo spinoff is going to be Halo Going Grunt, and I swear to God, if they don't deliver it on time, they're done. We're just blowing up the building from space.
No.
There's so much delightful stuff in here. I really like our main character. I think there's a whole market that's going to be able to come in. We like to call them the girlfriends here at Microsoft. We feel like we might be able to get the girlfriends in on this. Our charts here at Microsoft show that that's a market we could really get into because while the Halo fanboys are really great, we want a broader market. And I feel like the main Halo market might just stomach how cute this is because their girlfriends are letting them play it because now, once again, this is a very technical term, but the girlfriends are going to like this game. Thank you, Mr. Field, for having such a great pitch. Do you have anything to say about winning?
Once again, evil triumph.
No! I can imagine this at a press conference and going, this is the worst. This is just like Gears Funko Pop.
By the way, all promotional material will insist this game is lore compliant, but it isn't.
That's the best way to do it. That's the way we love it here at Microsoft. I want to thank all of our contestants for coming out, and I want to thank you for watching Armchair Devs. Thank you for listening to this episode of Armchair Devs. Podcasts like this and Big Think Dimension are only possible with viewer support. If you'd like to help us in the fight for good content, please show us your support over on patreon.com/gbpodcasts, where you can also listen to the extended pitches that couldn't make it into this episode. This GigaBoots video was brought to you by the arcane powers of our executive producers, Esme, Nicholas Cameron, E. Lee Broyles, Starfalcon, Spaceman Spiff, Danny Richardson, Red Blaze 27, and 32X Wen. Thank you very much to our powerful executive producers. And also these guys. If you like this video and want to lend us your power, head on over to patreon.com/gigaboots today.